Welcome in, everybody. We're at the very back of the Rancho here to do another spring update, and this is an important one now. Looking back here, remembering fondly all the old moonshine days. Thank you for helping me pay for the Rancho. The apple tree will start to be look at this baby. Boy, who knows how long this tree has been here. It's amazing. It just refuses to let go. Most of the bark is off of it now, but the rod in there, she won't let go. He's still rolling, kicking out nice apples here. So usually by April 15th we celebrate Apple Blossom Festival out here, and that's when we'll start to see some blooms on that. I decided as long as the fig tree behaves itself, I'll tolerate it here. I'm not really much on the brown turkey figs. I like the green Cadota variety that they use for fig Newtons. These are just too earthy for me. I took the opportunity, this is doing pretty well here, the fence. Yeah, she's a little shaky. She's a little bit shaky, but she's still holding here. I took the opportunity to pull that section in some more and tie that off really well. These 2x4s I pointed and pounded into the ground 2 years ago, they're still holding well. So I got that pitched up a little bit more, which will keep it from bolting over. You can see I cut the grass today, and look over here, we've had the Lady Banks roses bloom. I had some lawnmower issue today. We'll talk about that in a minute, but you can see I did along there the weed eater while the battery was still good, nice and clean. The neighbors did a really good job. Not sure which guy over there did it. Do you remember the fence blew over here during that terrific storm we had in February, early March? And now it is back together. It's kind of didn't quite do the bottom, but I'm not complaining because it's together, it's solid. It's now cemented at the bottom, which it should have been in the first place. So I'm pretty happy about that. No complaints from me. They did me a real solid on that. Over here, enjoy the green out here while you see it. Another month, everything will be drying out. See over here the profusion of blooms from the Lady Banks roses. I put these in because I didn't want the neighbors to always have to see a chain link fence, and now they have something really beautiful in springtime they can enjoy on the other side there. And there's a bee doing it up in there, and it's just really, really nice. Are you okay? Yeah, you're. Just make sure you're okay. Make sure you weren't stuck. But isn't that beautiful? All those, just a profusion of a million blooms, and it looks even nicer on the other side, the sunny side. I love my little cactus. They struggle in the corner there, obviously, so they send out runners over here. Love my little cactus here. I have to get this all squared away over here. It's kind of I don't want it to turn into a snake pit. I've got some pretty larger size branches I've got to cut up. Taking a look at this thing, man, I hope this tree's okay. I just dread the day I'm walking by and one of these pine cones, which weighs about 2 pounds, slams me in the head over here. This tree might be a little rocky, I don't know, but these things live for a long time. That's going to be multi-thousands to bring that down. So today, one of the blades, one of the bolts on the blade cut loose. I couldn't find it, so I went out to get another bolt, and it was a 3/8/24, very fine thread. And I would have thought Honda would have used the 13 millimeter or whatever, or 14 millimeter, I mean. But that wasn't the case at all. This, didn't, got it, and I got it good. This is grade 8. You can tell on the top of it, you can see 6 little 6 little marks around the edges, and grade 8 means it's especially heat treated for high strength. So don't just put any bolt into a lawnmower blade, anything that's got a lot of power and whirling around. You wouldn't want that to cut loose, that blade to rip through the shroud and take your leg off. So you have to always make sure that you're using the appropriate heat treated bolts when you're doing replacement work. I had a heck of a time getting the other bolts out to get things squared away in there. Blackbird got all that stuff into that truck box on the back. I'm pretty happy. He's been working gradually, slowly and steadily cleaning up, and I'm really happy about that. Look at how beautiful the orchard is looking, getting more productive by the year. Yeah, you guys are probably wondering about the tree of shame here. Right, that tree that just becomes more of a pain in the you-know-what with each and passing day. That was cut last July, if you can believe it. And look at that baby now. Our almond tree, and guess what, guys? We've got 1, 2, I think we got a third one here. We got 3 baby almonds. How about that? First year out, very unusual. They might not last, but kind of cool. The almond tree is looking good. This plum tree is finished blossoming in the Santa Rosa plum, which is the flagship variety of the Japanese plums. Good for eating. So we're going to see. We should get a lot. You see, I don't have any peach leaf curl this year. Last year everything was curling up and dying. This is beautiful this year because, well, I sprayed a lot through the winter. This is what happens if you don't spray. You get that on there. So we'll update next month, see what God harvest will be in June. Here's the pear tree. This is the most blossoms I've ever seen on the pear tree here. So, and there's the elephant heart plum, which comes good in July, August. And that's a really juicy, deep red purple Japanese plum variety, Luther Burbank variety, and I really, really like it. Isn't that beautiful? Well, guess what we planted today? Woo! The Bing cherry tree has now been put in, and there she is. And I got that in situated. I'll worry about the irrigation for everything once we get in deeper into May. You can see the cherry blossoms. This is the Stella, which is a popular variety of cherry, and I got about 20 or 30 cherries last year, so every year should be a little better. Like I said, I sprayed everything. Here's my beautiful cactus on this side, and there's our Valencia oranges, still going strong. All right, juice them anytime. They just keep hanging. They're good. Here's the peach tree here, and I suspect because there's no peach leaf curl whatsoever that it's going to be a really good year for peaches. Plus you can see that the basic tree itself is very strong now. I've kept the size of the production low for probably 5 years to allow the trunk to get very strong and be able to support the branches. These break under the load of a lot of fruit, so you have to be very careful, but things are looking good. And still harvesting oranges here, the Washington Navel orange, the Trovita orange. I did the lemon meringue pie I made. We harvested a lot of lemons to do that, and these are good for lemonade and everything else through the year. Remember, I cut this Palestine orange tree. I really whacked this thing hard. There's a lot of new growth in there that you can see, and it's actually starting to get some blossoms on it. So I guess I kind of woke it up a little bit, which was my intention, because looks like we still got we got some holdovers from last year. I didn't even see these, so I'm gonna grab one, have that for each. And here's our flagship tree, the Robertson Navel, which is always our highest production and really tasty oranges. This kicks out. I've been enjoying these all season. The persimmon is starting to bloom, not bloom, but starting to green out here. high chia variety of persimmon. That's quite nice. But boy, aren't these Lady Banks roses beautiful? Just always put a smile on my face. And the neighbors on the other side, they get to enjoy a good show instead of seeing a chain link fence. I can't tell you how nice it smells here with all the blossoms. Unbelievable. So we're going to be getting a good harvest of oranges again, which is great. I got this all cut back here slowly but surely. Thank you, Blackbird's been starting to get this together and clean things out here and neaten it up, which I appreciate. I did what edging I could. So we got front here. I did the front lawn. Try to get some weeds done. I ran out of power on the weed whacker. There's my wrench and hammer from the lawnmower. But I think it looks pretty good. I'm decided if I'm going to irrigate here or not. These bottle brush are nice. They don't need a lot of water. They're an Australian, I think, import, so they're pretty tough. I don't know if I'm going to keep these shrubs going. I don't know. I nail them with the car once in a while, the van and all that when I'm pulling through. That's finally drying up over there. I have to weed this lawn I just cut today. That's looking pretty good. Here's a Japanese weeping flowering cherry tree. In another month, this will put on a real show here with all the blossoms. It'll look like a firework went off with a big fountain effect there, so it'll be nice. That's good. And because my neighbor did me a solid on the fence over there, I went ahead and cut all their grass out here today. They did me a real solid on that fence work. So I got this. This was really heavy duty here. So you got to find an opportunity to thank people in whatever way you can, and I'm sure that they'll appreciate that. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for me. Another big work day on the Rancho. I had Cupcake out for a little frolic today, running great. The Kia Spectra. Thank you, Janet. Got this all trimmed. I don't know what these people do with this mailbox. People move in and out of here so much, you just see all the crap all in here. Right, it just gets so full of stuff, and this stuff isn't even hooked down on here. Talk about tell me you live in the hood without telling me you live in the hood. But looking good. We'll finish with a little look at all the beautiful Lady Banks roses over here. So once again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. This is a working Rancho here every year, so love you to be a part of it. Like, subscribe, and thumbs up are always appreciated. Thanks, everybody.